Bronson, get your ass out here so I can say what I gotta say to your face. I hate you. I hate you as a person. I hate the fact that when All Elite Wrestling fired you, you used my platform as yours to find yourself. I hate the fact that you've been here for a cup of coffee compared to my 4 years of blood, sweat, and tears that has obviously gone unnoticed. Because it will be me locked in here with you, a man that quite frankly has everything to lose. His integrity, his reason to wrestle, his fan base, his happiness. You'll be in the ring with a man that has nothing to lose but one thing to gain, and that is the Wrestling Open Championship. Because this match might just be a match, but for me, it's my life, it's my work, blood, sweat for this.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
You can hate me all you want, but it doesn't change the fact that I am on the run of my life. It doesn't change the fact that the better man will win. It doesn't change the fact that the new Wrestling Open Champion will be Bear
Bronson, Dustin Waller, Star Spangled Spectacular Memorial Day Night Wrestling Open Championship on the line.
It is now time for your main event of the evening. Your main event is brought to you by DNA's Evolution. Check them out at DNA'sEvolution.com.
The evolution of Dustin Flash Waller began at Wrestling Open in January of 2022. And what you just saw was the evolution, not just of his gear, but who he has become as a performer, as an athlete, as a competitor. And at the end of this night, it could be the evolution of who he becomes as Wrestling Open Champion.
You can call it different eras. You can call it different chapters, but each piece of gear represents a milestone moment, a milestone year in Dustin Waller's career. And as he pays homage to himself, as he should, the way no one here in Cranston will, he enters this main event, he enters this matchup, fired and ready to go.
Defeating Bobby Orlando, Corey Duke, and Ichiban along the way, he now faces the greatest test of his career, the greatest test of his life, believing that he has always had what it takes to be a champion. Now is the time to step up and prove it against the most dangerous athlete in all of Wrestling Open, in Bear Bronson. The roof is about to come off. This is the man who could become champion. The bear has been unleashed. The emotion pours through his body, his soul, and especially his heart, because that is what has driven Bear Bronson all along. Not only his own emotion, not only the emotion of his wife, Gabby Forza, but the emotion of the fans here in Cranston.
And it's very surface right now. It's very concentrated to Bear Bronson. He's talked openly about how much Open has meant to him, to revitalizing his love for this. He has spoken about his sympathy for Dustin Waller in this, how he's felt that he has been in the same shoes, but he's prepared to make Dustin feel sympathy pains as he also tries to climb the same mountain as Dustin Waller.
And Bear Bronson was lost, much like Dustin Waller was for a long time. He'll admit it. He has finally found his true self, and so has Bear Bronson. And that is what has brought him here to the main event of the Star-Spangled Spectacular with the Wrestling Open Championship on the line.
What do you think a win would mean to both of these competitors?
Not to oversimplify it, but everything.
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 You took the words out of my mouth.
This is the moment, this is the time, this is what everybody has wanted. Let's kick it up to the great Rich Palladino for our introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Wrestling Open Rhode Island Star-Spangled Spectacular main event is the final match in the Wrestling Open Championship Tournament, scheduled for one fall to a finish. Introducing first, in the corner to my left, from Meriden, Connecticut, weighing in at 179 pounds, the speed sensation, Dustin Flash Waller! And his opponent directly in front of me, hailing from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 285 pounds, Bear Bronson!
That championship belt is what it's all about, but that belt represents much more than just being the champion at Wrestling Open. It represents the long, hard-traveled road both of these men have been on, up and down the same roads, crossing paths, but ultimately having the same goal, discovering who they are, unlocking what that means, and carrying themselves to greatness. And here tonight, only one of these men will walk away the greatest.
Parallel roads for both of them. Similar roads, like you said. We're about to find out at the end of this who is built different.
For me as a wrestling fan, wrestling has always been built on emotion. Yes, you want your favorites to go in and be the best competitor and to win those matches. But it's always been the emotion behind it that really propels you as a fan. You could say that about a lot of sports, but in professional wrestling, it is the most intimate connection you could have with an athlete to watch them go through that emotion. And what the two of these men are going through right now, I can't even begin to describe. I mean, you must have felt similar in the Von Erich Classic last year in that final.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I had the benefit of having teammates. Both of these guys are entering this alone. That's the thing about professional wrestling. That's the thing about this sport. You're stepping up on a platform exposed to the world to see what you really can do.
Now listen, Dustin Waller earlier today told me he told Kylon to sit in the back and let him handle it. Whether that'll happen, I don't know. Bear Bronson came to me and said Sammy Diaz is hot at Dustin Waller after what Dustin said to him this past Thursday. We'll talk about that another time, but Sammy Diaz gave him his word. I'll get my hands on Dustin Waller, but not tonight. Go get him, big man. So whether that comes to pass, we shall see.
I think it says a lot about both competitors to be open and vulnerable enough to know, hey, I have somebody in my back pocket. I got somebody who wants to help. I have somebody who wants to be my support. However, I'd rather be out here and get the job done myself.
We have set the attendance record here in Cranston for Wrestling Open, Rhode Island. It is packed to the rafters here. Capacity, standing room only, because everyone who has ever been here, even once, wants to see who is going to walk away the champion here at the Star Spangled Spectacular.
We're getting so caught up in the spectacular that some of the details of the action that's unfolding so far, albeit minimum, is already starting to tell us the differences in size and strength and power between Dustin Waller and Bear Bronson.
For Dustin Waller having to go through Bobby Orlando, a former Wrestling Open champion, going through Corey Duke, very inexperienced, Ichiban, the first ever Wrestling Open champion, Mr. Tournament, and a guy who is a two-time Eliminator Cup champion, tag team champion. He has been tested in every possible way imaginable, except for meeting somebody with sheer force and will to win like Bear Bronson, a man this size having all of that heart. It's going to be very difficult for him to get around. How does he get around that?
He spelled out a lot of resumes that Waller had to have stomped out in order to get here. He talked about a lot of accomplished and accredited other competitors, but none of them got here. Dustin did.
And Bear Bronson having to go through Kylon King, through Wonder Boy Brian Morris, and through Blackjack 2 weeks ago, a man who won 2 tournaments in 2025 in Worcester. So Bear Bronson also testing himself in big ways. But let's not forget that Bear Bronson very clearly remembers that he and Bobby Orlando were tangled up with Dustin Waller and Kylon King for quite some time here in Cranston. It ended on April the 13th in that elimination tag team match, and it was Dustin Waller who pinned Bear Bronson shoulders to the mat. Bronson remembers that. Do you think that's going to be in his head at all?
Absolutely. I think those glimpses and flashes play in his head, not just every night, not just on the drive in, not just when he walks into the building, but when that bell rings. I think he sees it all flash in front of him, no pun intended. I think it all comes to the top of his head.
Is he inviting Bear Bronson to a fight on the floor? That's literally like inviting a bear to have a steak.
That's why I stopped talking. I wasn't sure what Waller was trying to get at.
But again, that is what Dustin Waller does, and that really has set him apart over the last 6 months in particular, and really the last couple of months since this tournament began. He has learned to calm down in stressful situations.
Are these panicky mind games that he's playing, or is it strategy?
Yeah, I mean, give the devil his due. He was able to at least get ahead here for a moment, but I don't know if these chops are the right move.
I know that Bear Bronson, he loves to show off his power, his aggression, and that size, but I think Waller's mental game here was able to give him the up in this situation.
Oh, there's a reversal. Sheer strength from Bronson sends Dustin Waller into the sky. Oh, he might send him to the floor. He has got him up.
Waller in trouble here.
Face first. Is Bear Bronson going up to the second?
That was about 8 feet above the air, and Bear Bronson's putting himself above the air as well.
Gonna go for that elbow. Oh, crunching the sternum. Hooks the leg. As there is a count of 2, and Dustin Waller is somebody who I just talked about being able to calm down in those stressful situations. Bear Bronson, to me, expended an extraordinary amount of energy just in his walk to the ring alone through all of that emotion. Little bit of an adrenaline dump. Doesn't look like it's hurting him here, but is that going to come into play?
It certainly could. It certainly could. Yeah, Waller's the one running away and retreating at this moment, but like you said, Bear Bronson's the one who broke a crazy sweat.
He's going to take a walk here, but Bronson's not going to let him. Big time chop. And credit to Ref Tiger here, letting these guys fight it out here. He knows the gravity and the weight of this main event here at the Star Spangled Spectacular. He's not even counting them right now, as Bronson pointing over to Fancy Ryan Clancy, as down goes Dustin Waller here, and Bear Bronson looking to control the action out here on the floor.
Like you said, officials using the discretion. It's the Spectacular, it's the main event, it's for the title, it's the closing of a tournament. I'm happy about it. Let them rock.
We need a new champion, as Dustin Waller has made so many enemies, not just in the locker room, but especially here amongst the fans in Cranston. Bronson gonna let those fans have a little up close and personal view.
And that could be a strategy problem here. Like you said, he was so devoted to the people coming out, and he's so devoted to this moment coming out. Could this backfire?
Just firing away with those right hands.
The biggest crowd in Cranston counting along.
Down he goes. And man, these fans coming to life for Bear Bronson, because in so many ways, he is a representation of all of them. Hard work, living your life from day to day and just trying to make yourself better and find yourself, and they have been there on that journey with Bear Bronson.
There's also an element that every person in this crowd has to go through in their life, and that's making a pivot, making an adjustment. Something happens in your life that you're not happy about, you didn't expect, and you had to do that. That's happened for Bear Bronson. He's spoken about it before. And he talks about how open was the place that he wanted to pivot towards. This explains his connection with the people. It explains why he's having a moment like this. But will it help him win the championship?
Man, I'm having trouble hearing you here. This crowd continues to bring an astronomical amount of energy, as they have done all night long, and they do each and every Monday night here in Cranston. And they're all in the door for just $10 for this unbelievable action we bring to you every week.
Just 2 5s?
Oh, look at that. Right to the throat. Chop to the chest. Almost hit his hand on that post.
Yes.
But look at Bronson. I think that might have motivated him.
A little bit. You can see him starting to blink slowly.
Bronson's going to let him do it. Oh, he faked him out again.
Oh!
Fool me once, shame on you. What's the saying?
It's better to be Nick Petit.
That is definitely not the saying, as now Bear Bronson bringing Dustin Waller to the floor and just absolutely crushed by Bronson.
Dustin Waller's had these moments of confidence, but I gotta say, if we're stacking up and taking points and keeping score, he's the one that's been taking a lot more abuse in this contest.
And now Ref Tiger saying, Bear, please, I've been giving you a lot of leeway. And we all love Tiger for doing that. We need a champion, but you can only become the champion in one place, and that's in the ring.
These competitors have got to figure out a way to get back to the rules here.
Oh, I think this is a helping hand here from Bear Bronson.
Yeah, you could say that. This is the second time Waller's been in this position tonight.
Who will be the 7th champion? 6 people have held the gold. These guys looking to become the 7th, but look at that. That rope might have caught the inside of the knee. Oh, and face first on the mat goes Bronson. Oh, Dustin's not done.
Head bouncing off the apron. That's the hardest part of the ring. It's with a
What does he have in mind here? I know that look from Dustin. This is going to be dangerous. Frog splash on the apron. Good God.
Goodness gracious. That is not good for the ribs and sternum or the chances of Bear Bronson.
Dustin Waller, 2 weeks ago, took the microphone, got in the ear of Bronson, and said, I am willing to do anything to beat you. And that is a very, very clear example of that. Describe what that feels like.
I mean, you got a guy like Dustin Waller jumping off the ring post onto your body, crashing down onto your weight. You're already draped on the apron. It's so not good. This is just proving the point. As experienced as Bear Bronson is, he's been all over everywhere under all these different circumstances and conditions.
Wait, we're up to a count of 5. Tiger has to count now because Dustin Waller got in the ring. And he's saying count. Up to 6.
You have to have some parameters here.
Oh, this isn't looking good. If this ends like this, it would be a travesty.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. The fans here in Cranston had a collective heart attack as Bear Bronson barely beating that count. Now Dustin Waller taking clear control to try to become the 7th champion following Ichiban, Brad Hollister, Ryan Clancy, Bryce Donovan, Bobby Orlando, and Clancy a second time looking to become the 7th champion.
This right here is not the hole that Bear Bronson wanted to find himself in, especially with a guy like Dustin Waller standing at the top of the pit.
As we recently reached an anniversary, it was April the 20th, 2023, when Ichiban beat Brad Hollister in that all-time classic to become the first champion. And now Dustin Waller looking to cement his place with not only a classic, but a straight-up victory.
I want you to notice what Waller's doing here. A lot of people would have thought that frog splash would have hurt the ribs. Bear clutched his back. Waller had that scouted and changed tactics.
Oh, there's a back elbow. He rocks flash. And look at the speed. That's the speed that he needs to put here. I asked you earlier, what does he need to do? My opinion is be as fast as you always have been and stay a step ahead.
I was curious to when we were going to see the speed and the agility and the aerial offense. In the top of this contest, he was trying to go power for power, strength for strength with Bear. Once again, trying to prove a point, and instead he realized he had to switch tactics.
And you pointed it out correctly. I'm sure his ribs and his midsection is feeling the pain, but the way that Flash Waller came down, it also hurt the back in a big way, in addition to falling out to the floor. I mean, and let's bring up another topic, which I haven't brought up. Bear Bronson, forget about burning the candles at both ends. He's been burning them at both ends, in the middle, all the sections where you don't even have a wick. He has been burning the candle in every direction. Is that all catching up to him here in this final?
Absolutely. I think running crazy, running hard, putting in the work, it eventually catches up to you. You're still a person, dude.
But he is looking to have extraordinary recovery power. He is up to his feet. Usually at this point, the adrenaline bursts, but you can tell he's hurt. He is really hurting there.
He's trying his best to get his feet underneath him, but he's not able to answer any of these shots.
Oh, big forearm. Oh, caught him. Makes the cover. I don't know if he got the chin, the shoulder, both, but whatever it was, Bear Bronson went down hard.
He got him out. He already has a bad sternum, bad ribs, and a bad back. Any glancing blow at this part of the contest would also put him deeper into that hole we were talking about.
Capacity crowd here on Memorial Day for the Star-Spangled Spectacular Finals of this championship tournament. These two competitors have given it absolutely everything, but it's starting to look as though maybe Bear Bronson literally has already given it everything, and it's looking like he may not have anything left.
Dustin Waller put a lot of thought into his entrance tonight. He put a lot of thought into the presentation. It's looking like he put a lot of thought into his offense as well.
And I think that exudes the confidence that he has been showing week after week after week, not only here in Cranston, beating the likes of Joseph Alexander and Marcus Mathers and the longest reigning Wrestling Open champion in history, Brad Hollister. Along the way, heading into this final, he is on the run of his life. Bear Bronson said he is, but that run might be running out of gas, or maybe not.
Waller with a kick to the gut. Now trying to send Bear off.
As there is no time limit here tonight as we try to determine our new champion. Oh, caught him! Crushed the sternum! And that is the chance that Bronson needed to keep the car running, the engine going so the wheels don't fall off and he can carry himself to become the new Wrestling Open champion, but he's got to keep pushing.
Waller trying to pull himself up. He's stuck in the corner. He had all that weight crushing his sternum.
Big splash in the corner. Oh, he's got him up. Thought he was going to try for that Fire Thunder driver. Hits the black hole slam. Hooks the leg. Dustin out at 2.
But barely. I mean, that was just one of those turn the hips kickouts. That was not a forceful kick with shoulder up. I've been in that situation before. I could tell by the way he moved his body and how he's laying there now. He's doing his best. He's got one foot up. He's trying to figure out how to pry himself. And Bear still suffering from the effects. Using that bottom rope to prop himself up. Dustin's buzzing.
History has been beckoning both of these men to this moment, this night, here in the main event with the Wrestling Open Championship on the line. But this is where legends are separated from simply great. And great is what you want to be, but to become a legend, an all-timer. These are the moments that they are built on. Which one will answer the call?
Both of these guys here, spent.
And now reaching down, looking to pick Dustin up off of his feet. But forget about gut check time. This is full body time as he's screaming right in the ear of Dustin Waller, telling him, I'm on the run of my life. This is my moment and not yours.
He wants to scream. I don't think he has it in him. He's trying to catch his breath still. Oh my goodness gracious.
You boy. Bad decision. Is Dustin gonna sit there and try to prove something? I don't know what you think of that. I think Dustin should still be trying to move, but this is what I'm talking about. You want to prove who you are, what you're about? Maybe you stand and trade.
He's got a bigger point to prove than just having effective offense. He wants to get inside the head of these people here in Cranston, inside the moment, inside the memory, and show people he's more than just flash.
He wants that big three-point shot to silence the crowd, but I don't know if this is the way to do it. Waller, he needed the ropes, but he's on his feet. Oh, and Bear's gonna say, give me everything you have.
Here comes Waller.
Bear's gonna invite it. I knew Dustin Waller I knew he had that in him. I knew that's what he was gonna do.
Well, the title's on the line and he knows it.
Everything at stake. Hits the springboard clothesline. He's not done. Shooting star press. Is this it? Bear Bronson got roped in, got suckered in, and Dustin Waller thinking 10 steps ahead of you and I, and almost bringing the championship home.
Some would say the ego of Bear Bronson almost cost him, and the ingenuity of Dustin Waller almost got him that title.
And Dustin thought that was the rope-a-dope he needed to have that Ali knockout shot. It was not quite there for him here in the main event of Star Spangled Spectacular. And now he has to try to reconfigure, because I can't think that was part of the game plan. Those are the moments that just are thrust upon you. You react. Now he has to figure out something else.
That was a strategy plan being changed live and in real time, folks. He was going to go toe-to-toe with Bear, but he decided to pull that trigger.
As these fans letting Dustin know they do not care for him, but it doesn't matter when the title's on the line. He's just going to go for it. Up to his feet. No, going to try a crucifix, maybe a pin. Shoulders down. No. Tries a clothesline. Right hand. Shot to the midsection. And an elbow to the back of the head. This could be it. Handspring. No. Reverses.
Oh!
Practically takes his head off with that clothesline.
Bear Bronson digging into his reserve. Finding that other win. We've seen this before.
Gonna try it. Oh my goodness, he just took Tiger's head off. Ref Tiger goes down.
Oh my goodness.
Dustin Waller pulled him in the way.
Oh my goodness, the official is down. All competitors are down, the official's down. This is not good.
Ref Tiger was in the wrong way. Listen, he is very inexperienced. The fact that he found himself in that spot, Dustin, I don't know if Dustin pulled him there. No, catches him. Choke bomb, choke bomb. 2, 3, 4, 10. There's no referee.
Well, the referee got taken out. It was inadvertent.
I don't know whether it was inadvertent or not. It doesn't matter anymore. He is down, and Bear Bronson could have pulled off a win right there. He could have taken the title home, but instead, it's completely lawless in there.
I'll give you credit. This thing should be over. This thing should be dead to rights at this point. Waller was down for a 10 count.
Oh, Ref Tiger, a clothesline from Bear Bronson to a normal competitor is evil. But the referee?
I mean, Bear was searching for that clothesline about 3 or 4 times in a row. And when he caught it, he caught it.
And now Bear Bronson, he's got to do something. He can't let Dustin get back to his feet and just let's start over. Oh, he's going to call for that Fire Thunder driver here. Oh, raking of the eyes, but there's no one around it to stop him.
No one to call that. Waller now.
Oh, there's a chop on the top rope. Dustin needs to be careful here. We might not have an official, but this is still a dangerous position, one in Ichiban found himself in and went to the floor. Dustin could easily find the same fate.
Yeah, this is so not good. Both men, we're still in a jockeying for position situation here. The referee is still down.
Yeah, the turnbuckle just came off there.
Did you see that?
Yeah, and going up to the top rope here.
And this is what happens when there's no official. There's no one there to put that padding right back.
As he's got him up on that top rope. Oh, Waller back to life. Waller back to life. He doesn't want to find himself like Ichiban did 2 weeks ago in the semifinals.
Desperate shots to the ribs.
What's he going to do here? Oh, sends him crashing down. Oh, he's going up.
Right back up top.
He's going up. Flash, splash. We don't have an official out here. Oh, Gina's out here. Bronson is out at 2.
Bronson able to get the shoulder up. That was one heck of a power bomb. His head bounced off the canvas and we thought it was it.
Everyone here in Cranston had their hearts in their throat at that point. They thought Dustin Waller was going to be the new champion. Oh, now he's yelling at Ref Gina. Blame yourself.
What does Waller do from here?
I don't know.
What could he possibly pull out of his arsenal from here? We've seen him try almost every trick in the book.
And this is the thing, he's not thinking. He is lost up in the emotion. He thought it was his time. Oh, wait, has him up! Oh, stops right there. Oh, jeez! Down goes Gina!
Oh my
what in the hell?
Oh my goodness, that's 2 officials! Oh my God!
He's happy about it. What a disgusting snake. What a despicable human being. Wait, has him up. Dustin's fighting.
Waller trying his best to get out of it.
There's a reversal.
There again. Oh!
Oh! Face first into that exposed turnbuckle. Into the turnbuckle.
Bronson's neck being snapped straight down to the canvas.
Oh no! Tiger's stirring. Tiger's moving. Oh!
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I don't know where the hell this came from, but it's here. It's Bear Bronson, and he's not saying die. Big discus clothesline.
Waller able to pop right back up, but not for long.
This is the moment. Fire Thunder Driver. You have got to be kidding me.
Bear Bronson has been putting competitors away with that for how many weeks now?
Forever.
This tournament has been defined by that. And Waller able to get the shoulder up.
And this crowd showing their appreciation for what both of these competitors have presented. But I'm not going to forget what Dustin Waller did, kicking Ref Gina in the face, doing what he's been doing all along since becoming this version of himself last year. But maybe karma's catching up to him a little bit here as Bear Bronson still bringing it.
I gotta say, that was a bridge too far. The emotions of Waller absolutely getting out of control here. You could say the same for Bear in some cases, but that was just absolutely insane. I mean, both referees being taken out, connected to the same competitor.
As Bear Bronson looking over here, maybe he's looking at that exposed turnbuckle which his head crashed into just moments ago, or maybe he doesn't know what's going on at this point in the contest, but he is the first man back to his feet.
The gear's starting to turn, perhaps an idea starting to be born.
Yeah, he's thinking, and maybe, just maybe, he survived what beat him the last time in April against Dustin Waller. Maybe he thinks turnabout is fair play.
I think he's thinking poetic. I think he's thinking justice. I think he's thinking of giving Waller a taste of his own medicine.
That is exactly what is going through the mind of Bear Bronson here in the main event of Star Spangled Spectacular. And I don't think this is something he would usually do, but considering the circumstances, I can't say I disagree.
He does seem conflicted, but Cranston is calling for it.
The emotion starting maybe to get the better of him and saying, forget the emotion, forget the guilt. The championship is on the line and Dustin did this to me. I'm gonna do it to him.
They're going for the guarantee here, it looks.
Here we go, gonna send him crashing into it. No, no! Poison Rana from Waller!
Maybe Bear hesitated too long.
Incoming to the floor! He caught the top of Bronson's head and shoulder on that one.
Hit that turnbuckle.
Oh, a little extra oomph on the cutter! Oh, this is his moment. The waiting. It is here, 1916. Bronson is not dead yet.
This contest continues. And I'm just like Waller right now. I thought that was it. I thought the hesitation of Bear Bronson could have spelled his doom. But he had one more kick out in him.
And maybe that's the last one. Dustin Waller, after all of that, now trying to think about what he does next, because the exposed turnbuckle, the scratching of the eyes, everything he's thrown at him has not been enough. What else does he have in the tank?
There's been a lot of things that could have gone Dustin Waller's way this contest. Like you said, the ring starting to fall apart, both referees being out of commission, going for the eyes. Who can forget that splash at the top of the contest? But none of it has worked. And that frustration is starting to peak. What is this? He's leaving the ring.
He was looking at something. As he's looking, maybe he's looking at Ryan Clancy over here,
well, we don't
our
need
former
that.
two-time champion. And listen, Ryan Clancy's here as an observer. He's already had knee surgery. He's got a knee brace on him. What is this?
Hey, whoa, wait.
Oh, he has the belt. He has the championship belt.
With the title.
We talked about emotion. This is clearly emotion getting the better of him here.
He's got the title. He's got bad intentions. He's got the title. He's got bad intentions on his mind.
And Ref Tiger, he's right there. He's saying don't do it. He would have to throw the match out.
He doesn't want to. He's just going to let it happen.
As Ref Tiger doing everything he can to try to step in the way, but the inexperience on display here, I think he should just try to grab it, but he's not.
He's seen how dangerous Dustin's been. He doesn't want to get involved.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Same.
Oh, he kicked him low. He kicked him low. He's gonna get him up again. 1916. Oh, he's going up top.
The finishing touch, the exclamation point.
450. Oh my God, we have a new champion.
The time on the phone, 30 minutes, 13 seconds. Here is your winner and new Wrestling Open Champion, Dustin Flash Waller.
It took every single low down, dirty, disgusting shortcut that this man could think of. But by hook or by crook, the crook, Dustin Flash Waller, is your new Wrestling Open Champion.
Mark your calendars, folks. May 25th, 2026, 58 episodes into Wrestling Open Rhode Island, and Dustin Waller is leaving your champion.
It's not going to end like that.
What do you mean?
2 years ago, I got cheated the same way you just did.
No, you're no cheating. You're no cheating, Ryan.
And Bear, you need to do exactly what I did.
The opportunity knocks contract.
Bear, you need to hand in this contract and restart this match right now!
The opportunity knocks contract gives you any match at any time, any stipulation, including restarting the match.
And it seems like Ryan Clancy is on top of that, and he wants to see that happen.
Oh, this is the moment to do it. He got robbed, but there's a way out. Oh, is he gonna do it?
Bear Bronson is officially cashing in his opportunity knocks contract. This match must be restarted.
The match is restarted. He's turned the contract in.
I said it before, I'll revise it. Mark your calendars. May 25th, 2026. The contract is crashed in. Bear Bronson is going to use his opportunity. Memorial Day, the spectacular against Dustin Waller.
Oh, he's gonna try to hit him with that title. He missed. Black hole slam. All the emotion, all the waiting. Is this his time? Is this his moment? Fire Thunder Driver. Bear Bronson is the champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and new Wrestling Open Champion, Bear Bronson.
He was robbed, but the opportunity knocks contract that he won last July at Summer Stunner came into play with an assist from Fancy Ryan Clancy, who had the same thing happen to him in the Jumbo Grand Prix Finals against TJ Crawford. Bear Bronson cashed in, and he is your new Wrestling Open Champion.
Bear Bronson, ladies and gentlemen, walked into this thing with more emotion than anybody could possibly imagine. And he's walking out of this just as emotional, if not more, clutching that title, like you said, with the assist of Fancy Ryan Clancy.
What an unbelievable night. What an unbelievable main event. We finally have a new Wrestling Open Champion, and his name is Bear Bronson.